What's up, man? What's going on, everybody? As always, y'all know what time it is. Welcome back to the show. I got a few topics lined up for the day that I wanted to talk about. As always, if y'all don't mind, hit that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you do want to come up, I have not put the links in the chats yet. I eventually will, but I mean, if you do want to come up, you already know all you got to do is say join in the comment section, and then I can send you a link either through the chat or I can find you somewhere on social media and I can send it to you directly. It doesn't matter. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this story out the way that I had. Well, I seen it a couple of days ago. I I just hadn't had any time to really look at a lot of stuff. But this story is about two twin brothers, Kadir and Nazir Lewis. I think they were supposed to be on a flight. They missed a flight and then they ended up finding their body at the top of a mountain. Uh, let's hear this story.
On Bell Mountain, the bodies of twin brothers found in Towns County near the North Carolina line, 90 miles from their home in Lawrenceville. The GBI initially investigating this as a murder-suicide, but tonight the family says they're not buying it. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with them just a few hours ago. He's live for us in our newsroom with more on this investigation and what the family has to say, Cody.
Well, Jennifer, the brothers Kadir and Nazir Lewis were twins. The GBI says a hiker found their bodies at the top of Bell Mountain on Saturday morning. Both had been shot. The family couldn't believe it when they got the call hours later, knowing the twin brothers were supposed to be in Boston visiting friends.
We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
Nazir and Kadir Lewis,
Those my nephews.
just a few weeks shy of their 20th birthday.
I can get past it. They're gone.
The twins' uncle, Raheem Bronner,
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
the GBI saying their preliminary investigation points to the twins' death being a murder-suicide.
We knew right away that wasn't true.
Family says the twins
A murder suicide. They believe that? I mean, how could they believe that? I mean, I'm not saying it's true. You know, I don't have no facts, but I mean, for these kids to supposed to be taking a trip to go see some friends in Boston and they go all the way up to the top of a mountain and commit murder suicide, it doesn't make sense. Just that alone to me doesn't make sense. Why would you not, if you was just gonna do a murder suicide, you could have went anywhere. But instead you walked to the top of a mountain and did it. No, that sounds like somebody took them up the mountain and ended their lives. That's what it sounds like to me.
had a 7 a.m. flight to Boston last Friday.
Right there, we never heard from them. They missed their flight. We don't know what happened.
24 hours later, the twins' body found 90 miles away.
How they end out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They've never even been out there.
Exactly. How would they know exactly where to go on this mountain? You don't just wake up one day and say, man, I'm just going to go up to the top of a mountain and commit suicide. Even if you did decide that, you wouldn't know the direction to go. Have you ever been on a mountain? Have you ever been on a hilly type place? You can get lost in the woods. I know. If you don't have a great sense of direction, or if you don't see certain markers where you know where to go, this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Once you get in the woods, you can get lost. It's so many instances of people who went in the woods to hike or whatever, and they got off the path to maybe use the bathroom or do something else and got lost and was stuck up there in these mountains or the woods or wherever for years before somebody ever found their bodies. And usually they right off the path, they just never make it back to the path because once you get in these wooded areas, your sense of direction is so discombobulated that you don't realize where you at. You lose all sense of direction once you get in these places, unless it's a trail to follow or something. If you get off of that trail, it's a wrap. If you don't know how to find your way back, it's a wrap. If you don't understand markers, it's a wrap. If you don't understand, maybe I could follow this stream, it's a wrap. If you don't understand anything about terrain, you're not gonna make it back where you're supposed to go.
They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did they end up right there?
A mystery this family is trying to solve.
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them that they wouldn't do anything like this. So to say that they did this to each other when they come from a family of love and they love each other, they always together, we don't believe that. They didn't do this to each other. Something happened in those mountains and we want answers.
I did reach out to the GBI tonight. A spokesperson says the twins' autopsies is finished, but they're awaiting additional forensic testing to be finished, as well as the investigation portion of this, before they issue a final ruling on the brothers' causes of death.
That's a very strange story right there. I think it's gonna be more information that comes out with that because none of that makes sense at all. Just looking at the picture, they don't seem like bad kids. Maybe they could have been caught up in something that we don't know about. Who knows? But it doesn't make sense for somebody to go to the top of a mountain and just end their lives with a murder suicide. That means both of them have to agree to that. That's illogical to me because one of the kids may say, "Yeah, I want to do this," and the other one may say, "No, I don't," and he may go tell somebody. So both of them decided to end their lives. That doesn't make sense. The family didn't say anything about something going on in the household. Maybe they were upset. They didn't say anything like that. Is it something that they getting off the autopsy report? Maybe the way the gunshot wounds were, or did they find a weapon next to the bodies? Were they positioned in a certain way that indicated a suicide? We don't know. But like I say, that just simply to me on his face doesn't make any sense.
Black twin boys whose bodies were found in the mountains of Georgia. Their names are Quadir and Nazir Lewis. This happened on Saturday. Today is Monday. Yesterday on Sunday, the police tried to convince the family that it was a self-unaliving and an unaliving of the twin brother. When have y'all ever seen an investigation being closed out that quickly or determined when you found two random bodies in the woods?
Exactly. Oh, case closed. We figured it out. They did a murder suicide. Man, that's foul play involved or a cover up. One or the other. Because I know if it was a little white girl that went up there and did that, they wouldn't have closed the case that fast. They would have sent the dogs up there to see what scents they find going towards her. Oh, it was 2 scents. It was another individual with her. I mean, they would have came up with all kind of stuff. But instead, we done. We figured it out. It was a murder suicide on 2 individuals who their parents said they knew nothing about the area. And once again, like I say, to go to the top of a mountain and do this for what? Why would you need to hike all the way to the top of a mountain to do a murder suicide? You could have went anywhere. You could have went behind a trash can. You could have went in a car. You could have did all of these other things. Instead, you went to the top of a mountain. It doesn't make sense. Things don't add up. And like I say, you just don't decide to just take a hike up a mountain to commit murder suicide, let alone get to the top. Hell, you may start hiking up there and end up, next thing you know, you going west or east. You don't know. Like I say, if there's no markers or if there's no path or no type of indicators to let you know which direction you're going in, if you don't know how to figure that out, you're going to be lost. I'm telling you right now, I live in the South. You don't just go in the woods and just find your way somewhere and back. I mean, even the simplest of woods, you could just, some woods right behind your house, you could get lost in that so easily. If you can't see beyond the trees, you could get lost. I guarantee you. But they definitely closed this case way too fast. Let me see. I had a article. I don't know if it has any new information, but I just want to read it. If it does have some, some of the same information, I'll just get off of it. But it says Towns County, Georgia, a mystery is unfolding on Bell Mountain in Towns County after the bodies of twin brothers from Lawrenceville were discovered nearly 90 miles from home. The GBI is initially treating the case as a murder suicide, but the victim's family is pushing back, saying that explanation doesn't add up. Kadir and Nazir Lewis, both 19, were found shot to death Saturday morning by a hiker at the summit of Bell Mountain near the North Carolina border. This hiker who found them, did they not interrogate this individual? Did not did they not question him? Maybe to see, was he straightforward about finding these bodies? Because most people that find stuff in these mountains or in the woods, it's been there for a while. How did he find them so fast? Were they right on the path? Was it right off of the path? You see what I'm saying? See, we don't even know if they question him fully. Hold on, I'm sorry. I got something going on. Do y'all hear that? Oh, I don't know if y'all heard that. It was, what is going on? Give me a second. I'm hearing something in my headphones and I'm trying to find it. This is strange. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Anyway, how did I get here? Okay, the article, let me finish reading it. My bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Says the discovery came as a shock to their family who had believed the twins were in Boston visiting friends at the time. We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins. Their aunt Samira Bronner said the twins were inseparable, according to family members, and had no known history of conflict. They're very protective of each other. Yeah, we heard them saying that. Oh, there was no new information in that. I did try to look up something, but I didn't see anything. Let me finish this video.
Not to mention, they were on their way to go see friends in Boston and missed their flight.
What's good,
And
Tampa?
their bodies happened to be
What's
found
good, bro?
in a part
Appreciate
of
you coming
Georgia
through.
that they had never been to, which also just so happens to be a sundown town. So you want people to believe that they missed their flight to go see their friends, and instead of doing anything else, they decided to go for a random hike in a sundown town in a part of Georgia that they had never been to before. And on top of all that, they still haven't mentioned the two young boys having a history of ideations and wanting to harm themselves or others. So, what made you determine that that was the cause? I'm confused. It seems like a cover up to me.
He make a good point, because how do you come to that conclusion? You have no indicators of what happened. You said they was in a sundown town. You got any more information about this, bro? Hold on. Let me if you want to come up here, I'm gonna send you a link real quick. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Cause I just haven't had enough time. I've been looking at so much other stuff, bro. But you said it was in a sundown town. I was trying to look up some more information on the fly, but you know how these posts and just different types of information, you're getting the same thing, so you kind of start scanning over stuff real quick. Let me see. It's another video right here. I'm gonna see what she talking about. Some of these people they have information.
Before I start this case, let me say this. This is one of the most tragic, heartbreaking cases I've ever covered. And the way the investigation is going in
What you say, Life? Life say the firefighter was charged for taking a pic of their deceased body. Oh man, that alone sounds like he was, if he's a part of something and something like a souvenir. You know how people who murder people or take someone's lives, they usually keep some type of souvenir. That's what that that's what that sounds like. Taking a picture of a deceased body, and that's not even his job. Wow, that's kind of strange.
this case, y'all, this case is just it's bad. So Quadir and Nazir, they are twins from Georgia. And on March 7th, they were supposed to be catching a flight to Boston. But y'all, the twins ended up missing that flight. So the family, they don't know what's going on. But 24 hours after missing that flight, a hiker ends up finding both of them deceased in the mountains in Hiawassee, Georgia. From what the family is saying, this is about 90 miles away from where they actually live.
I want to know who this hiker is because they just really glanced over that. To me, they just glanced over that. Because usually, if somebody finds the body, they usually question that individual to rule them out. They just say, "Oh, he was just hiking. He just found the body." Like, how did he find the body? Unless they was right off of the path, it doesn't make sense. Most of the time, if people go missing in the woods, it takes years for them to find these people. Sometimes people have been known to walk past bodies for years and years and not even knowing it was a body like right off of the path or just right in front of them or something. Just because they were just simply just hiking. Life saying the family should get paid the same Vanessa Bryant got paid. What do you mean? Oh, I got you. Because they took the picture. Yeah, right. They should definitely sue because he could be sending that out to websites. We be on X all the time. You see people who get on her and they take pictures of bodies, take pictures of people losing their lives and videos and reposting it. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because the first responders ain't got no business sharing the pics when they should be either trying to clean up the scene or preserve the scene for other individuals to come in and take pictures and make evaluations about what happened.
Now, y'all, get this. The investigators told the family that Quadir and Nazir, they unalived each other. So the family, they're confused. These boys have never even gotten into a fight. How did they end up 90 miles away from where they were staying? In the mountains, they've never even been in the mountains. And you're telling the family that, oh, they did this to themselves.
Right. And what about this weapon? Where did they get this weapon from? Are they known to use firearms? They don't look like the type of kids that like to go out and shoot at people or just use a gun. They don't look like that type to me. Now they could be, I don't know, but just from what I'm seeing, they seem like some pretty good kids. They don't give me that impression as if they maybe street type kids who would be involved in certain things. Even the family didn't say anything. The family would have said something like that. They would say, "Yeah, our nephews, they known to, they kind of hang out in the streets. They got some shady friends." Then that may be an indicator of okay, they're street guys, maybe have some type of knowledge about guns and whatnot. But this is very strange for them just to go ahead and label it a murder suicide. You got first responders taking pics. You got a hitchhiker that just so happens to find them. How long was it before he found them? Was this a day? Did he find them within the day that it happened? Because that would be strange. It's like they just want to go ahead in this case, case closed. You know, we don't want y'all to know what really happened because it's two black kids. Like I said, if it was a little white girl, this story would have been all over the news. They would have made a big deal about it. They would have went into the background of the guy who found the little girl. They would have went into the background of the wife or the significant other or the family members of the one that found the little girl. They would have did an extensive investigation, but yet they closed it so fast, which like the previous guy said on the TikTok video, sounds like a cover up to me. Sounds like something more is going on that they don't want us to know about.
Inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
Out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They never even been out there.
See what I'm saying? The uncle said he never even seen him get into a fist fight before. So if you never even seen them get into a fist fight, and they obviously seem like some happy kids, what would make them go to the top of a mountain and commit suicide? It just doesn't make sense. And like I said, you can go plenty places and commit suicide. If you decide, oh, I don't want my family to know, it's plenty of places you can go. You don't have to go to the top of a mountain. Some place that you've never even been, as they say, 90 miles away. So how did they get there? Did they take an Uber? Do we have credit card receipts? Can we see them at a gas station? Maybe they had a car. Can we see them at a gas station pumping gas? Do we have footage of them going in these different places on their way to get to this place? Maybe they stopped at a corner store. Maybe they stopped at a Walmart or something. It's more than what they're telling us. It's way more information out there than what they're saying. Obviously.
They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia.
So you telling me two 19-year-olds, they're about to turn 20 very soon. Very good kids. They're very close to each other. They're twins. They have this trip planned to Boston. They missed the flight. But 24 hours later, they're found in the mountains with GSWs, and you're saying they did it to themselves? This investigation needs to be taken over by somebody else because these twins did not do this to themselves. Cases like this is the reason why I do these videos. Because if we don't put these cases out, if we don't tell the world what's going on, these families would not have voices. Now, I'm very curious as to you guys' thoughts in this case. My heart goes out to the family, and I'm praying that you guys get some answers very soon.
Absolutely. We're absolutely praying and hoping that this family gets some type of answers because that doesn't make any sense. Things are not adding up when it comes to those two. They don't even look like those type of kids that would do something like that. They don't come off to me at all in that way. But Tampa said it was a sundown town that they was in, so I mean, look, something could have happened to them. But then again, if it was a sundown town, why would they be there? Did somebody kidnap them from the airport or from somewhere and take them there? And if so, why were they the ones that got chose out of everybody to get taken? You take two individuals, wouldn't it be easier just to find somebody that's traveling by themselves? You take two individuals, you say you think they were placed on the mountain after the harm. That's more so what I was thinking. Because I don't see them walking up there. That like you say, that's something just to throw everybody off. They took them up there, probably planted a gun next to them, Because if it was a sundown town and these people know their way around that mountain, we'll take them up there and make it seem as if they hiked to the top of this mountain to kill themselves. Why would you do all that just to kill yourself? If you want to commit suicide, don't you think it would wreck your mind to let me hike all the way to the top of a mountain? By that time, you might have convinced yourself, I don't want to do this. This ain't worth it. It doesn't make sense. I think if you was to do something like that, it's got to be a split second decision. You got to say, look, I'm finna do it. I'm finna go over here. I'm finna do it. If you got time to drive somewhere and think about what you're gonna do, you might talk yourself out of it, especially hiking to the top of a mountain. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Let me just scroll my timeline and see what else I can see. Same stuff. Hmm. As y'all know, Dr. Umar has been going back and forth with his, I guess you can call it, estranged daughter. Then he recently was on the bumper of another mother of one of his children, saying that he wanted to see him, and she had what, a week or two to get in contact with him. He was just going off, man. And I had made a couple of videos. I was defending him because I was saying we don't know if the mom had something to do with keeping the child from him. So before anybody jumped to conclusions, I was more so on his side, because I know what it's like to be on child support. I know what it's like for somebody to try to hold something over your head and make it seem like you're not a good parent when you actually are. But when his videos started coming out and he was saying some of the stuff he was saying, I was like, dog, like, you calling them Smurf and Smurfette and what do you call her? Struggle YouTuber and things like that. I'm just like, bro, I can't rock with you like that. I mean, that's your child. When I seen her, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely your child. When you see her and see the way her mouth is, the way she looks, it's definitely Umar's daughter. And I had seen a clip. Well, no, I did. I was watching Cynthia G, because I had seen that she was on that show. And I know a lot of people don't like Cynthia G, and I definitely don't. So it was hard for me to even watch that. But she was on Cynthia G, and you could tell it was a few times in there where Cynthia G was like, "Oh, I hope you really find, meet up with your dad, and I hope y'all can patch things up or whatever." And she was like smiling, so you could tell she does want a relationship with her dad. She does really want to patch it up, but I think she's just upset at the fact that they haven't, been speaking for so long, or maybe she feel like he hasn't been in her life or tried to be in her life. But the way that she was smiling on the videos, I was like, yeah, you can tell she really like, she wanna see Umar, you know what I mean? But with him, the way that he's acting and what he's saying about her and her mom, it does put a strain on things where he can say the wrong thing and not actually get to reconcile with his daughter like he wants to. But instead, he wants to make these videos and just say these outlandish things. Even on the video, people was making fun of him because he was saying he wanted to meet the little girl who got into it with the Mexican cat and he slammed her head on the table, my bad, and was saying like he wanted to meet with her and telling people to give her his number so they can get in contact with her. He want to do a show with her, you know. And then on the other hand, he was saying he doesn't do interviews and stuff for free, but he's always on other people's YouTube channels. So, I mean, he just has all of these conflicting messages when you really listen to him. Even this school that's been out for so long that he hasn't opened yet, people were sending donations. And I'm pretty sure the only people who are sending donations are Black women because that's really his target audience. And so he what he's doing, he's pandering to these people. That's what he's doing. So now he's coming out and saying that he's apologizing for some of the stuff that he did, some of the things that he said, maybe the way that he has treated Black women over his lifetime. And like I say, it's just pandering.
The situation I'm going through right now is because at that time, 14 years ago and 23 years ago, I did not have the respect for the sacredness of the Black woman's vagina like I should have. And
that was a telling statement to me when he said that, because I'm thinking, bro, all this stuff you've been talking, now you saying you didn't have the what? What did he say?
Sacredness of the Black woman's vagina.
The sacredness of the Black woman's vagina. But it's like all this stuff you've been talking, how did you not have the sacredness of the Black woman's vagina? This is why people say that Dr. Umar is full of shit. With all the repeating itself, it sounds like babble. It just sounds like he's just talking. It just sounds like he's full of shit. And he is full of shit. Let's just be honest. I was defending him on the aspect of realizing that, a woman can keep a child from you, turn the child against you for a bunch of years and make it seem as if you wasn't a good parent or that you didn't want to be in their life. Now, I had that problem for, it didn't last too long because my daughter was she was too young to even realize what was going on. But even now, like I say, nobody could tell my daughter that I was never in her life. Nobody could tell my daughter that I didn't like her, I didn't want her to be around me. Nobody could tell my daughter that. My daughter wouldn't even believe it. She wouldn't even go for no shit like that. But for it to go on for so long, I could see how he could feel some kind of way. And I could actually see how it could play out to where she was the one keeping him from the baby. But the more and more, like I say, that I listened to it, I don't think that was the case. I think he was possibly out grifting, because I'm going to call it grifting. He out grifting, putting on his little shtick, acting like he's down for, the Black woman, when he's just there to really pander and try to smash him. Because it was a video where it was one female who like jumped up. He was having some type of speech, and she was saying something about her and her kids. So who knows how many kids Umar got out there? Who knows? What we heard was probably light to what's really going on. And he's trying to get out in front of it, talking about he didn't have enough. What did he say? I keep forgetting what was the exact phrase that he said.
The respect for the sacredness of the Black woman's vagina.
the respect for the sacredness of the black woman's vagina. Man, Umar is full of shit.
Like I should have. And the universe punished me for it. I'm being honest right now, family. Black queens, are you with me? I can admit to the black woman right here, right now in Los Angeles, the situation.
Say he can admit. Wow. I gotta find that whole video. But I may have to be like Tommy. Ain't no point in looking for the whole video because you listen to the whole video, he just repeating himself over and over again. I think he's trying to get out in front of his mistake. I think he's trying to clean up his mess. Umar really doesn't have an excuse to not be in her life, now that I really think about it. I was really trying to defend the brother because I could see quite possibly where he could be coming from. But after hearing him speak more and more, I can't defend him. I think he was neglectful in his child's life because I know with so many things that you can do. I live in Texas. If somebody tries to keep you away from your child, I know dudes that actually went down and put themselves on child support just so they could get the whole 50-50, well, the quote unquote 50-50 custody. You're right, life. He needs to do better. And that was his cue to reach out to her. Instead of saying, what did he say? My number has been out there for 20 plus years. Man, go get in your car and go over there. That's what I used to do. I go get in my car, bro. You not finna tell me no shit like that. I'm gonna pull up because I know where you stay at. I'm gonna pull up over there. I'm gonna raise hell. If that don't work, like I say, I'm gonna put myself on child support. I'm gonna call the police. Especially if it ain't no court order in place yet, I'm calling the police. I'm gonna make you come outside at least. I think he was too busy, trying to get his school off the ground, grifting on all of these black women, playing up, the whole we gotta have love for our black sisters, stay away from these white women and all. I really wouldn't be shocked if we ended up finding some white women in his past. I mean, it's highly unlikely, but I wouldn't be shocked if we if a white chick came forward and said, "Oh, Umar's been talking to me." I had a relationship with Umar for about 6 months. Yep. She's obviously over 18, so no excuses. You're right. And like I say, when I seen her, if y'all do, and I don't even really want to promote it, but I got to I'm just being fair. When I seen her on Cynthia G show, just go look at it. Go look at it. Some of the instances where she was saying, well, I hope you rekindle things with your dad because I can tell you really want to see him. She was like grinning. She was grinning from ear to ear, like, yeah, I really want to see my dad. You know what I'm saying? She had the biggest smile. Go look at the video. She had the biggest smile on her face. She really want to see him. I think when I got to listening to the interview and seeing the way she was, acting, I'm like, I think she almost put that out there to try to force him to come forward and acknowledge her and to be in her life. I don't even think she want nothing from him. I think she just want to see him. She sounds upset with him when you watch her videos about it, but I think she actually wants to see him. You say Umar, life is paradise says Umar is the adult / professional leader. He needs to move forward. Exactly. He don't, and then he don't got to put none of this stuff on camera. It don't have to be on TikTok. It doesn't have to be on Instagram. It doesn't have to be on Facebook or YouTube. It doesn't have to be none of that. I think they lose sight of that too, with them being such popular people and being these quote unquote influencers and doing what he's done for years on YouTube and whatnot. You don't have to do that. This is one of those things you can do without the cameras, you can do without the phones, you can do without the social media. But to start calling her a struggle streamer and Smurfette and all of these things, that ain't right. Saying that they trying to get something off of you. Well, you in actuality, you kind of owe her. If you definitely haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you owe her. So coming online and calling her names and making it seem like she just out to get you for something, that ain't gonna help, bro. You just look crazy. People already look at Umar crazy, but I think in his mind, he don't think that. He think that he's very normal and people just take him so seriously. But a lot of people don't take him seriously. A lot of people did. I mean, when I first started getting into the whole reparations and this movement, he was one of the first people I ran across because he was popular on YouTube. People was always showing him in videos. So I'm like, let me see what he's talking about. He was talking about the school and stuff, but quickly, something didn't seem right about him. I think what it was him always repeating himself. It almost seemed like a shtick, like it was fake. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just doing this. You know how some people put on a show for these podcasts and they not really like that in real life. That's what it started to come off to me as. I say I'm going to open up a school in January. I say I'm going to open up a school in January. I say I'm going to open up a school in January. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like, bro, we get it. You don't have to keep saying that. It's like he's a bad YouTuber and he just trying to say stuff to pass time so he can get his watch time up and get some ads to pop up on you so he can get some revenue coming in. That's what it seemed like. He was like, okay, I can do this. I just repeat myself. I'll make these streams from turning from 15 minutes to fucking 45 minutes. And I done repeated half of the shit I said. It's almost as if he's the damn Mike Jones of the YouTube world. Y'all remember Mike Jones? I do. I'm from Texas. See, when people was really liking him, by that time we was sick of him. He done repeated his phone number and repeated verses so much, we was sick of him. So when people outside of Texas heard him, we was done with him. I can still hear the number in my head, 281-0330-8004. I ain't gonna never forget that number because he said it so much. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. I done heard that. That was Umar reincarnated in the raps. Now we got Umar trying to reconcile with his child, which he should have done a long time ago. I really think he's just on here embarrassing himself when it comes to this. Just patch things up with your daughter, and it doesn't have to be online. Just get things fixed, bro. Don't put on a show for likes and views, and that's gonna make it seem disingenuous, especially to your daughter. Because, like I say, when I seen her on Cynthia G show, it actually seemed like he was trying to get to know her. Well, it actually seemed like she wanted to get to know her dad. My bad. That's what it seemed like. Anytime Cynthia G was mentioning that, she had the biggest smile on her face. I promise y'all, if y'all go check it out, she had the big. She would say, "Man, I really, you know, I hope that you get in contact with your dad and y'all patch things up. And she'll be like, yeah, 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 yeah. It was like it wasn't no fake smile. Cause she would have that, on her videos, his daughter had that mean look, serious look. Man, she would be smiling from ear to ear. So I really think when I saw that, I was like, bro, you missing out. You missing out on a child that probably would just say, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see you. I just want to be around you. I don't want nothing you don't need to give me no cash. You don't need, I just want to hang out with you. Cause you Umar. But he don't see that. He don't see it. Well, I know y'all seen nah, maybe y'all didn't. But AB, I guess his mom his girl, his baby mama had sent him a message, you know, wanting some help with the rent because she has a child by him. And this is the message that she sent, but this is the post that AB posted. Damn, that's from that damn flour. My bad, I was cooking some chicken. AB said they just be wanting to see my sons, not raise them, using my sons as pawns for rent money. And that's the message. She says, hi, babe. Hope you are doing good, okay? Ace is doing good. I could really use some help with paying my rent this month. If you could help me with that, would be very helpful. He said, F you, bitch. Go suck dick. Oh my God, bro. That alone had me down. I'm like, why would you say that? Now, if you're not on child support and then she go present that to the judge and you know that they always side against men, then they gonna throw the book at you, man. That's gonna seem as if you don't give a damn about them kids. Especially if you're not on child support. Well, after he told her that, then she says, Ace lives under my roof. You have an obligation to help Antonio. Now, to me, that sounds as if he's not on child support. Maybe he just comes and drops off some money or does certain things for her from time to time because she has his child. But if he is on child support, he definitely shouldn't have said that. But I don't think he would be obligated to help pay her rent. But the only thing about it, they use those children against you because as a father, you don't want your child to not have a roof over their head. And if you in a position like Antonio and you got money, I could see how you would be like, damn, I think she BSing me, but my kid is over there. Then you got other guys that say, nope, I'm giving her child support. That's it. You need to figure it out. But the thing is, if she is getting child support and she can't pay the rent, either she need to find another place to stay that's cheaper, or she need to give Antonio his son. See, a lot of women don't want to hear that though. If you can't afford to take care of him, you need to give him to his father. For some reason, a lot of women think that's an issue. See, they love putting the man in the position where he's the guy that got to come get him on the weekends, every other weekend, because that feel like that gives them the upper hand, or it feels like they are gonna always be entitled to some type of check. But if it's the other way around, they don't want that at all because they don't want to look like a bum. But they don't mind trying to make men look like bums with those types of situations. But they definitely don't want to look like the bum. They don't want you putting them on child support. They can't stand it. Matter of fact, I was watching Anton Daniels earlier, and let me show y'all this clip, bro. I was I was agreeing with him. I was laughing because I'm like, bro, he right. Which I mean, I already knew he was right anyway because I was in support of what was going on because she deserved it. This is Anton Daniels' channel when it comes to this. What you say? Life say, that's true. Rarely let the man keep the child. Yep. They got an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? They got a real issue with the man having a child. Like, especially if it's a boy, why not let him go over there longer than usual or spend more time with him? They don't, because they don't want to have this perception as if they're the bad parent. But they don't mind doing the father like that. When you shouldn't even want to do the father like that. You should really want it to be just as equal as it is for you as it is for him. You should want it to be an even playing field. Where he can just say, hey, I want to come get my son. And she'd be like, okay. And not be like, no, it's not your weekend. What the hell does it got to do with a weekend? That's my son. See, the best relationships are when both parents can, okay, I'm not doing nothing today. You want to go to the park with him? Come on over here and get him. Are we going out of town? I want to take him to Six Flags or SeaWorld. Yeah, come on, get him. Instead of, no, it's not your weekend. You should have planned it next weekend when it's your weekend. Like, what? It has nothing to do with that. You done bought into the whole court system and let them run our lives and run the child's lives. None of this makes any sense. But let me show you this clip that I was talking about from Anton. I was laughing too. He made a lot of good points. He was telling the truth. Hold on, let me get that off the screen.
I'm tired of not being heard. I'm tired of not being seen. I'm tired of being a part of a system that is just oppressing me at every angle. I found out last week that my baby dad owns upwards of $800,000 in assets.
Nice.
His parents, who are very wealthy people, his dad's a retired doctor who had a private practice.
Nice.
Created a trust for him and his sister, and gave them a bunch of properties, both commercial and residential, gave them land and a trust fund itself with money in it that collects interest and dividends that he can take money out of if he needs it. Okay. And this man is on government assistance. This man gets food stamps every month. This man is a strong, built, over 6 foot tall white man who has the capability to work, but chooses to only mow grass.
Now I was laughing when I heard that because I'm like, see, they always get mad at black men for going with these white women. And then you got this black chick going with this white man, and she got burnt. I mean, she got tore off the meat rack, got put on child support, and he getting government assistance, and he got money. And he's doing the bare minimum to stay on government assistance. She over here looking crazy. Let me tell you the messed up part about child support, bro. Some of these women can't wait to put you on child support. I'm going to say this story. I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to get too deep into it. But my baby mama did what she did. I got rid of her, and she couldn't wait to put me on child support. Keep in mind, she wasn't even working. I was working. So the child should have came to me. She should have been paying me child support, but I didn't even fight it like that. Because in my mind, I'm so stuck in the system, I'm thinking she going to win anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just basically let her have it. I didn't really even fight it. See, when she left, I should have went down there and put her ass on child support and made that baby come over there with me. But see, that was a play to make her look a particular way. Didn't fare too well in the end, but we'll continue.
Grass during the summers. This fucking man is coming after me to pay him child support. And the system is going to help him do that.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that a system is set up where a man is taking advantage of free government assistance, and it's a possibility that him being on that government assistance is helping him to get the child support? And then he has a trust set up, meaning that he had assets and he has resources, but he chooses to live his soft guy era, right? And then on top of that, he's 6 feet, he chilling, he takes the winters off, he just grinds in the summer. He's in the gym all day making sure that he get himself together. And the system is set up to against you when you crying? No.
Exactly. Now that the system is working against him, now you see how I feel. And I hate to be like that because I'm like him. I don't really have no pity for her. Because I've seen how they weaponize this shit against men for so long that when at least one of them gets exactly what they dish out to men, they can't take it. And then being in our shoes, now you see how totally unfair this system is towards men. Now you can see it. And I think that's what's going to have to happen to a lot of these women. They're going to have to go through this just so they can see just how messed up this is. But see, they like it being messed up because it's in their favor. Paradise says, yep, you know the smart move and chose not to. Yep, that's what I did. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to go back and forth with her because I knew what that could turn into. And I hadn't even been through that before, but just after hearing so many horror stories with people, I was like, nah, I don't even want to deal with that. Really, it worked out for me because she really realized she was doing wrong. She never took me off child support. She never did that now. She had to get that check. But, you know, I could go over there and get my daughter and stuff like that and see. When they play it like that, they realize they can get a lot more out of you, honestly. So they let it be what it's going to be. And then you as a man, you accept it because you know how they can weaponize it against you. So you kind of just take it for what it is. Hey, at least I get to see my daughter when I want to. I can just go pick her up. All of that stuff. I mean, for a little bit, she tried to run that game or, no, it's not your weekend and I'm doing this. But once the baby got a little older and she wanted to go out and do her thing, you know that changed. You know that changed so fast. Oh, man, I done messed up. Hold on.
I'm tired of not being heard. I'm tired of not heard. This
is set up where a man is taking advantage of free government assistance, and it's a possibility that him being on that government assistance is helping him to get the child support. And then he has a trust set up, meaning that he had assets and he has resources, but he chooses to live his soft guy era, right? And then on top of that, he's 6 feet, he chilling, he takes the winters off, he just grinds in the summer. He's in the gym all day making sure that he get himself together, and the system is set up to against you when you crying? No way. No way. Now, let me be very clear. And I always like to give credit to the content creator, so that link will be down in the description regardless of whether I agree or not. But let me just be clear. I am in no way, shape, or form a fan of anybody, man, woman, or whatever, that is a capable adult that is taking care of business and has the ability to be able to go out and get a job, earn for themselves, be on government assistance, because that is our dollars, that is taxpayer dollars, and it should not be taken advantage of. But that's not the point of the video, right? That goes without saying. The point of the video is that he is taking her to the cleaners and forcing her to pay child support. And apparently, he has custody of the child, because how can you get child support if you don't have custody of the child? So apparently, the judge and the court system deemed him the most fit parent for whatever reason, because I'm sure there's some details left out, and we're going to go ahead and get to the rest of the video. And
Of course, you know she leaving out details. It's a woman. She don't want to look like the party that's fucked up. She don't want to look like the party that's the bad parent. Of course. They always weaponize stuff against the men. They don't want to look like the bad person. They'll say whatever. They'll leave out so much information where you think, damn, he really did her wrong. No, he didn't. That was a white man. Come on now. Life say, Rod, I'm curious. Did you receive any stimulus check or was it offset? Stimulus check? You mean like when they gave those stimulus checks, like if you had a kid and stuff like that? You know what you're talking about? Because I got a stimulus check, but I didn't get the one like if I had a child. Because I think that's what it was, right? Like if you had kids and you got more. Nah. Look, when it came to income tax, I didn't even fool with it. It was a few times I was pissed off. I was like, nah, you need to give me some income tax. You know what I'm saying? And she gave it to me. But after that, I was like, nah. Because at first, but I'm not going to put all that business out there. I'm not going to do all that. But let's just say I wasn't receiving anything from, I wasn't benefiting from anything. Still don't. And I don't even worry about it. I gave up on stuff like that a long time ago. I'm just buying my time so I can be through with it and I'll be done. My daughter is 17 now. So I got one more year. Hey. And she'll be I'm not gonna even say it. I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh no, that stuff like that don't even happen. Don't even wrap your head around that. Giving me half of the dependent that mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Uh-uh. Nah. When it comes to money, they feel entitled to that, and that's all theirs. Period. They don't care about you. You can say, man, I'm starving, I haven't eaten in days. I don't give a fuck about that. When it comes to money, all bets off. All bets are off. You ain't getting half or nothing. Don't ask for nothing. You ain't entitled to it or nothing. It was even a time where I told you where she was staying with me and she was enrolled in school, and then they took me to court and said my daughter wasn't enrolled in school, and I was lying and making it up, and I gave the paperwork to the judge, and they still sided with hers. That was when I threw my hands up at the court system. I said it's rigged. Ain't no point of even coming back in here trying to dispute any of this stuff. At that point, I was done with it. I said, I'm not wasting I had got a lawyer and everything. I got a lawyer and everything. And they just reassured me that I was good. But towards the end, she had that look on her face. Crochet and crochet. That lady had that look on her face. Said, Damn. I won't be doing this again. That's how they break you too. As a man, that's how they break you. Once you do all the right things, you put all your ducks in a row, and they set you up to lose again. That is the point when you realize it's definitely a rigged system. I promise you. I know so many men was in the courtroom that day. They had their lawyers, and they walked out of there with their head down. They was probably just like me. I ain't doing that shit no more. I ain't doing it no more.
You feeling bad about it. So wait a minute. Because y'all seen me this video, and I did check the comments, and so I felt like it was a good video to react to after I watched the first 10 seconds. In the comments, they all talking about, oh, I can't believe that he doing that to you and all of this. So, but when it happens to men in this equal society that you guys advocated equal for, but when it happens to men, it's man up. Never forgive him. I don't care how much he owe in arrears. Make sure that you go and get that money, queen. Oh, I can't believe that he irresponsible or whatever, so on and so forth. So when it's a guy, then the system is oppressive. But when it's you, it's not man up, take care of business, get a better job, and all of that stuff. So we gonna throw all of that out the window because this king is living his best life, and we not.
Right. When they get put in that position, they can't believe it. They eyes just like, what the fuck? When it's us, like you say, you need to man up. Damn, they taking all this money out of my check. I can't even pay my rent. I don't care. You need to get another job. I need that child support. They be taking your income tax. Look at her. She looking sick over there. When the shoe is on the other foot, they be sick. And I'm all for it. I promise you. I ain't trying to be no hating ass nigga, but I'm all for it. They need to feel what men feel when it comes to this whole child support system. You need to go find another job, or you need to find something to pay you more. Because the stipulations ain't changing yet. We need this amount a month. You're gonna have to take care of the school and this, and that. You're gonna have to take care of all of that. Yeah, I don't give a damn that you can't eat, and you're gonna have to figure it out. Exactly, like saying the church don't even tell these women to do right by the father. No, they be encouraging it. Girls, he on child support. You need to put him on child support. See, I could get into a whole thing about that. Because I don't think my baby mom watches this, but I don't know if her relatives or other people watch it either. But if they do, they don't watch it this long, so I'ma say it. She got that shit from her mom. See, when I met her, the mom was on the same type of time. Getting child support. Let's just put it like this. My daughter, her niece is like 2 years older than her. Well, her auntie, my bad. Her auntie. So my baby mom's sister, because I remember talking to her, and my baby mom's sister was like 2 or 3. And she had really done that through the rest of the siblings. And it's funny because now I don't know how her mom's lifestyle is, but before she'll try to get like a little job. She getting her child support. I mean, she driving, switching cars every year and all of this stuff. It ain't like that no more. Now that they are older, it ain't like that no more. So my baby mom, she went through this same thing, getting child support here and there, and she got 3 baby daddies. See, my daughter's the first one finna go, so that check finna start getting short. You're right. But it was too late. By that time, I really realized that it was too late. My head, I'm so trying to, you know how it is. I was young and dumb. That woke me up. After that situation, look, it wasn't happening no more. I had so many instances where somebody was trying to get me wrapped up. They were like, "Damn, you what the, you stiff. You ain't playing no games, is you?" Nope, I ain't going for none of that. And that's why I say I don't do a lot of these particular type videos that I've done before or say certain stuff, because people gonna see that and misinterpret it in a way that I'm just like I'm just going after women, and that ain't true. I just ain't putting up with no bullshit. But they take that as, oh, you hate women. I don't hate no women. I'm just not finna let you do me any kind of way. That shit ain't happening. So for the dudes who go out here and keep repeating these same mistakes over and over again, that ain't gonna be me. Well, it wasn't gonna be me. I wasn't finna keep getting nobody pregnant with no long-term commitments. I gotta have something real before I do that again. If it ain't real, you look, you can kiss my ass. Let's go back to the video before I go on a rant.
You're not even gonna mention the fact that you went with a snow hair. Uh-huh. I can't even reference Umar Johnson on this one because Umar got his own problems that he's dealing with right now. On top of it, you decided to rock out with a snow hair. So you divested from the community. You went and got you a man that was six feet tall, built, he had resources, but you wasn't counting on him being the best parent. You wasn't counting on the system not working in your favor, and you wasn't counting on having to pay child support. Pay your child support, Queen. Pay your child support. Listen, whatever is good for
Other
one.
thing that I did forget to hit on was them and this feminist movement. They want to be equal to men. Well, hey, there you go. Now you equal to men. You don't like it, do you? It ain't fun to be equal to a man, huh? It ain't fun to have to deal with the same shit a man got to deal with. That's why I say we got to have more and more instances of this. So maybe they'll realize, y'all can keep that. I'm gonna go back to my lady form, and I'm gonna do the lady thing, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Exactly, equal opportunities. There you go. You want an equal opportunity. Now you got to get equal opportunity as well as equal consequences. You got to take the good with the bad. But it's funny how they try to, well, I'm still a woman. I don't want to have to deal with what the man got to deal with. That's bullshit. What's that little meme I keep seeing where it say, why don't studs got to be 6 feet, 6 inches, or whatever it is, 6 figures and all of this shit? Oh man, Lord have mercy.
For one side for the last 50 plus years should be good for the other side now that y'all have the ability to earn, work, go to school, get your degree, do whatever you got to do. And I don't care what you got to do. And if you don't pay your child support, I think that you should be thrown in jail. Well, if y'all don't like that, because y'all saying that I'm being a little bit too harsh, I can already tell, I can hear the comments. Then maybe we should update and change the system, not only when it affects you, but before it starts to affect you. You wasn't counting on having a child and him being the best parent. You wasn't counting on him being on government assistance. And let me just
It wasn't only that, she wasn't counting on him to win out. Because women mostly went out in these instances. No matter what, like I just said. You could be the person that's got the upper hand. They don't give a, especially in Texas. They favoring in the with the mom every time. They don't give a damn. That's not the question. They rolling with the mom. They don't care whether she broke. They don't care what she got going on. They're gonna give her child support. They're gonna give her custody. And you just gonna have to deal with it as a man. Period. What's up, Chanel? Life say I saw that meme. Yep. You seen that meme? It keep popping up. It just keeps popping up. Say, why can't a stud gotta be 6 feet, 6 figures? What is it? I keep forgetting. Is it 6 inches? Whatever the hell it is. Either way, they don't put all these stipulations on them. There was one little clip that I showed you on a girl from TikTok. She was like, they ain't no better. She was like, studs ain't no better. Even that one chick, what's her name? Princella. She running into the same issues. Yeah, because you thought one way and you thought wrong. Dude's been telling you what it is, but y'all don't listen. Y'all think y'all know everything, and when a man try to tell you something, you can't take it in. So here we go.
Let me just say something. In most instances, a trust is protected. A trust is protected. That is not you. That is a trust. That is its own entity. And as he draws from it, and he'll probably hand that down to his kid, as he draws from it, that is his money. That is not your money, Queen. Do not think that you are entitled to it. And I didn't hear anything about my ex-husband. I heard my baby daddy. So that means that you opened up your legs to a man that you shouldn't have been opening up your legs to in the first place. And you should have been married. Maybe she'll come through later and tell us that she was married. I don't know. But let's hear the rest of the story, Queen.
I just got off the phone with my lawyer,
More
who
money.
basically said that child support doesn't care about his assets. Child support doesn't care about his assets, then what the fuck is this all about? You're gonna come after me to pay somebody who has on the upwards of 800K of money, not in that's tied into like the houses, and I get that, but he also has a trust fund with over $300,000 in it. And you're telling
That's his parents' trust. They make sure that he's good. He's living his soft guy era. Don't trip, baby.
Exactly. That's not even in his name or whatever yet. That's still tied to them. So they can't count that against him.
me that I gotta pay him money when it's just me and my one income, my one full-time little ass job that's barely sustaining my
Yeah. Get 2 jobs. You see how she complaining? This is the same shit that men constantly be talking about. Now you got to deal with it. And I don't have sympathy for you, just like he don't got no sympathy for you. Too bad. Go get another job.
life, but I have to play him because he knows how to manipulate the system better than me. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? The craziest thing is all he has to do for me to not have to pay child support is drop the assistance. Just drop it. Just drop the assistance. I already pay for our kids' health insurance, so
No. It don't work like that. No, it does not work like that.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
No. We don't care what you paying. That is irrelevant. Just like the dudes we be buying clothes trying to keep receipts. No. Mm-mm. That's not going to absolve you. You're not going to get absolved. You're going to have to do your part. I'm sorry.
that's no skin off of his teeth. He don't take them to the doctor anyway. He's never taken them to the doctor, not once.
He deserved that. And healthcare.
He won't, because he likes getting food stamps. He likes collecting the food stamps.
I got news for you, Queen. It's not about the food stamps. It's about sticking it to the man and sticking it to you. That's what it's about.
He said,
Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's really, that's what it is. It's an instance of a guy that's getting back at you. It's a guy that's getting back at you and getting back at the system for what it's done to men. So he's found a way to win. He's gonna win, and he's basically gonna say he's doing this for other men. Hey, even if it's a white guy, I'm rocking with him. Go get your money, player.
I'm not going to do that if it means that I'm going to have to lose my food stamps. And no, he has money. He has 2 cars. He has a shoe collection of Jordans that's probably well over 10 grand.
Yeah, yo, he a
Well,
YN. He a YN.
I don't know what I'm
Get
gonna
it,
do.
King.
I feel like I'm fighting a army. You know,
Welcome to the world of a man. You fighting the world of an army. That's how it feels. Life says he probably don't embrace those biracials anyway. Especially his parents don't embrace those brownies. You know he don't. You know he don't. It's only about sticking it to her and the system. That's all it's about. Like she just said she was the one that take the kids to the doctor's appointments. He just want to stick it to her. He got the bread. He got the means. He got the funds. This is all about sticking it to her. That's all it is. And like I say, honestly, I don't really blame him. After knowing what I know, after going what I've been going through, go for it because it happens to men all the time. She says, life also says his parents told him, before you mess with her, protect all your assets. You know they did. Hell, if he didn't do it, they was gonna do it.
Watch your
That's why they
uncle
put
and he'll show you how to dump it.
what? Oh, that's Chanel. Let me mute Chanel.
Oh, I was trying to. We barbecuing. I thought I was trying to get on mute. Sorry.
You good. But
Messing.
what you got to say on this? What's up? You
Oh.
came up. See, I knew you were gonna come up on this.
Oh.
Where was you at yesterday when I was talking, giving good information? See, this is how black people do. When you doing good information, they don't show up, nothing. You don't hear from them. But the moment you get to talking about some black woman and you get to going in, then I got something to say now. I got something to say.
I didn't see any of it. I'm sorry.
You didn't see any of this clip right here?
No.
Oh man.
Or yesterday clip.
I think it's still up. I had edited out the music because
I can't even work my. Let me see.
There is Chanel.
I'm offline though, and I can't work my audio. Can you see me online? Like,
I can see you. I can hear you. You can't see yourself on the screen? You can go out and come back in if you want to. Remember, I told you.
Back in.
Do you got that login still?
I'll be right back.
Lord have mercy. I gave her prime access, y'all. I gave Chanel prime access to come on here and she can just go in and out, put stuff on the screen. But hey, we dealing with black people, y'all. This is what black people. No, I ain't gonna do it like that. Let me finish playing this clip. I'm gonna get her to come back.
You know, like it's just me. It's just me. And it's not just him coming after me. Like he got his mom texting me. Like everybody is coming after me. Like I'm the bad. Like I should just give in and pay him child support.
You should.
How about he grow the fuck up and get a fucking job?
No, we're not gonna have meltdowns. We're not gonna have meltdowns.
Nope.
Pay what you owe or go into arrears. If you can't catch up on arrears, then it's gonna follow you for the rest of your life, and you cannot get that discharged in bankruptcy. More importantly, if you do not pay your child support, I think that he should put a warrant out for your arrest, or he should petition the court to put a warrant out for your arrest for being an irresponsible adult.
Absolutely.
And I think that he should garnish your wages. Listen. We're no longer going to just let you guys get away with murder. If you are responsible for child support, because the court said that you should be responsible for child support, I believe in the court system as it relates to this particular case. You're not going to get any sympathy from me and all of you guys that could be possibly simping in the comments. We know that we know that you don't really believe that. You're just trying to get some box. Pay your child support, queen. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, teach Hanley 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I'd love to speak to this guy. Of all the people that I can interview, I would love to speak to this guy more extensively about him making sure that he's on top of things.
Exactly. She need to pay her child support. Go on, get that second job. You may lose a little bit of sleep. Things may get tough on you. But look, you only got 18 years left. Don't worry about it. It's going to go by so fast. Don't worry about it. Take care of what you got to take care of. You may have to sacrifice a little bit. But when it's over, it's going to be over. So keep your head up, sister. Do what you got to do. But in the meantime, send that man his money and quit playing. Exactly. To my, yeah, girl, bye. Exactly. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. I bet you won't do it no more. See, that's what I be thinking. Now, if it's some consequences for some of these women, they wouldn't be just running around here opening up their legs for any and everybody. See, but they know they can do that free will, willy-nilly, and it's always gonna be on the man. It's always gonna be on him. Sure, they can always say, "Oh, I'm gonna have a child. The child gonna always be with me." But yeah, you're gonna always be able to hit somebody's pockets. Have you ever watched Love and Hip Hop? These people, some of these women got 2 or 3 kids, 2 or 3 different baby daddies. They getting a check from this rapper, this producer. And then they sit up here and had a nerve to act like, oh, I have my own cosmetic line. I worked hard for this. No, you didn't. You done got rich off another nigga. See, I'm a businesswoman. No, you not. You did that off the back of another nigga. If it wasn't for them kids, you wouldn't have the means to do none of that. Then you never see them interacting with the kids on the show. But they such good parents. On the show, you see they at every party, fighting with everybody, arguing, throwing drinks. Get the fuck out of here, man. But yeah, AB baby mama. She want him to pay their rent. Like I said, if he ain't paying child support, then he need to pay child support. I mean, I don't got a problem with that. He need to pay child support, bro. But if he is paying child support and she can't pay the bills, then she need to get a baby to AB. That just ain't fair to me. What's up, Chanel? Yeah, she need to get her kids up. If you can't take care of your responsibilities, he's the party with the money. He's the former athlete headed to the Hall of Fame. He needs to be the one to take care of the kids because obviously you can't do it. Period. Let me see what I got next up here. I already did that. It's you said, doesn't AB have 3 boys? I don't know. Let me see. We can see real quick. I know that CTE done wrecked his brain. I ought to find this photo that I had took with him because he came to my high school one time with one of my partners because my partner playing the NFL too. And they had like a celebrity basketball game and they was the 2 coaches. And I took a picture with Antonio. And you could tell he got to be, something is going on with his brain. So he has Obviously on some type of drug because his eyes was real wide. It says he has 5 kids. No, hold on. What is this? 7. Antonio Brown welcomes 7th child. My God. Wait a minute. Let me look. Let me hold on. Let me see. Like, what's the ratio? Brown is the father of 4 sons and 2 daughters. So this must be outdated. He might have 4 sons and 3 daughters now, or 5 sons and 2 daughters. But it said he had 7 kids. He has 3 sons and a daughter with Chelsea Chris and 2 other children by 2 other women. He got a lot of kids. That is a lot of kids. A lot of kids. A lot. But he got the means to do it. He got the means to do it. I guess I'll move on. What I got here? Young M.A. Now, Young M.A. came out. Well, not her, but her ex came out earlier and was kind of spilling the beans on Young M.A., saying how she was taking care of her and she was in diapers and she didn't tell that. I guess she had some type of medical condition that she didn't disclose with her at first. And so I don't know what happened with the relationship, but she came out and spilled the beans on her and said a couple of things about her. So let me see. This is what she said. I don't know her name, but this is her. I'm guessing this is her Instagram. Says Young and May addresses the file video. Okay, that's on the next slide. But her ex said, "I cleaned your ass when you was shitting on yourself in the hospital and at home. And by the way, I do the leaving. I don't get broken up with, but why me leaving will also be mentioned." She says, "When I first met you, you ended up like this within the next few weeks, telling me how you been sick, but was hiding it from me. This was our first Valentine's Day. You was in the hospital twice with me. I got you to where you are now. I nursed you up every day, all day, and didn't even know you. Let's be real. I left you. I had leave you alone because you wasn't going nothing but holding me back. You wasn't, I'm guess you're saying you wasn't doing nothing but holding me back. You didn't like me having motion and didn't like me making money. You hated on me. Telling my full story in a few, we had no relationships problems. Only when I would get to looking cute and getting money, this girl would only want me to be with her. This girl would only want to be with me if I'm broke and not looking my best. So I don't know what the real issue was between them going back and forth. But this was the clip that she had posted along with that message showing, I guess, young and May was sick or having some type of medical condition, and she was taking care of her at the time.
I put them 2 pictures that you always post on there. This is so hard.
I don't know what happened to Chanel. She having issues.
This is hard.
She got
You
Metro
like
PCS.
What? I love it. Yeah, she pro-life.
She looked bad right there. Yeah, she looked pretty sick. Y'all remember those pictures when they showed Young and May when she was like dressed up like a girl? She was kind of cute. I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't gonna get started with that. But this is
Yo, what up, Mob?
this is Young and May's response. I don't know how much I get into this because I don't really, I just don't too much care. It's not a big deal to me. I'm not like really into this whole young MA stuff. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see what is young MA's condition. Let me just Google that real quick. Young MA has been open about her lengthy battles with depression, alcoholism, and mental health, citing the death of her older brother and other traumatic experiences as contributing factors. I don't know. Maybe it's something that's brought on by the depression and alcoholism. I really suspect the alcoholism because when I just looked at that clip, her eyes looked at yellow. When you got those yellow eyes, what is that, jaundice? So she probably, is a heavy drug abuser or alcoholic, and that stuff brings on other conditions that may have pertain to your liver and anything else. you know. So when people use a lot of drugs or drink a lot of alcohol, they're gonna have long lasting medical conditions even when they stop. So once they stop, I think it still affects them. So it's better to stop younger or quicker. But if you're like a heavy drug user, even those people once they stop it, they still have a lot of long term medical issues pertaining to what type of drugs that they used to use. That's why I quit all of that stuff. I was like, nah, I'm done with that. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with it. Even now, I mean, people may say, "Oh, he's drinking alcohol. He's drinking. He's getting drunk." I'm not getting drunk on her. This is, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna talk about this, but one time, but this is a stick, okay? This is water. All right. I know y'all. Some of y'all seen me. I got the little water bottle. I'm drinking water, bro. It's like I seen somebody smoking cigars and stuff. It's just a stick. Don't buy into this, okay? And I'm not gonna talk about that no more because I like my stick. I like, I like this. So it is what it is. But let's play her response.
Yo, what up, mob? I mean, I know y'all see this video going around on the blogs or whatever the case. Somebody I once upon a time was with posted me in the hospital at a vulnerable moment. Something that I've owned already. It's been 2 years. That was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? I had an unfortunate situation in my life, and I got sick. I got really sick. You understand? It's not really too much to say on it. It's something I already spoke about. You feel me? I got a whole music video talking about it. Something I express in my music often. You know what I mean? I'm a human. We go through things. We make mistakes. You feel me? I just didn't expect this person to do that. But it is what it is. I don't even know what to say. All I can do is let God.
All I can say is when people say they don't expect other people to do it, that's like that just breaks a lot of trust. I'm gonna say that's why people like me and others just have a hard time getting into other relationships or just really trusting people because you could be vulnerable with certain people and maybe the relationship didn't go as they wanted it to, or things didn't end the way they wanted it to, or you wasn't like a piece of shit to them, but they still, just because of who you are, just being an opportunist, they want to wreck what you got going on or put some information out there. I was on Facebook earlier, and it was a female that I went to school with. You having a hard time getting on? Is it your internet connection? Or you on your computer? Do I need to reset the link? Let me know what's up. I can get you on her. Hmm. Here, I'm gonna refresh it. I'm gonna redo the link, and I just send it again. I don't know if you want to come on her. You may be lying to me, Chanel. I don't. It's not working. She really don't want to come up here. It's okay. You don't have to come up here. I don't. That's why I don't force people to come up here if they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I just ask them if they want to. Damn, but what was I saying? I was in the middle of making a damn point. And I started reading the comments. Sheesh. But yeah, a lot of people, I think what I was saying, they just don't want to get into these relationships again once they get burnt by people because, you could be vulnerable with people and once they use something against you, it makes you it sours you, it turns you off. You're just like, damn. And we wonder why so many people in our community just don't take relationships serious because a lot of us have been burnt. And I always hear, just let it go. Just forget about it. That was over with. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's not a one-time thing in our community. This happens over and over and over and over again. And we always, in our community, we got to try to put up this tough facade. Well, next time you need to be like this and you need to do that. People do that and they still get burnt. You try to be honest with people, that don't work. That's like, which is crazy. Think about that. Being honest with somebody is one of the worst things you can do. Being honest with somebody is one of the worst things you can do. I seen a post where a female, she said like 98% of the time, once a dude opens up to a female, she's gonna leave him. Now ain't that crazy? I mean, you sit up here and you try to be real with them, they don't want nothing to do with you. So you lie to them and they enjoy the experience. That's what they want. And then when they get burnt, well, why did you lie to me? Why did you deceive me? Well, hell, I've been going through all these other relationships and I tried to be honest with them and they didn't want to hear that. They didn't even care. That's why now when I get into a relationship with somebody or when I'm talking to somebody, I just be honest. And if they dip, they dip. If they stay around, they stay around. It says you can't unmute. Well, try it again. I'll see. Okay. Maybe try to restart your computer. It may need to be reset or something. Yeah, so I mean, just we really we really got to fix the whole culture around like being with people, relationships. We got to fix that. In the music, you hear it being promoted all the time. Like just lie to somebody or like that shit is crazy. And for the people who feel like if somebody's honest with you, then that's too much for you and you don't want to be with them, we need to get over that too. Because you're flawed as well. We all got some flaws. Somebody being honest with you shouldn't be a hindrance on the relationship. That should actually strengthen the relationship. That should actually create a certain level of trust within a relationship. Oh, he's being honest. I can trust his judgment. I can trust what he says to me. I can take it at face value. Instead, people look at it as like, oh my God, he's weak or she's weak. Now, if you got a certain type of past and you being honest about that, now I can see what people like. I really don't want to mess with you, and that shouldn't stop you from being honest. Even that whole thing about, oh well, that was in the past, that was before you. Yeah, but I don't really agree with that because I feel like people's past can come up and resurface. That was before you. I'm different now. Well, look, If you was a big time hoe, and then we go to a restaurant and you didn't smash the waiter and maybe a manager in there or something like that, and we've been going over here for years, and then all of a sudden, I found out that I'm gonna feel some kind of way. I don't care what nobody say. That was before you. That was years ago. Yeah, but these niggas, no wonder they was giving you free drinks. No wonder they was hooking you up. What was going on? Man, look. These relationships, bro. Let me finish this video before I go on another rant.
God handle it. You feel me? All I can do is let God handle it. That's just been always my phrase. Always my phrase. Moving forward, just moving with God, man. I just feel like that was just so foul, though. You feel me? Like that's just foul. I don't even know how a person can have the urge or willing to want to even do something like that. That just speaks a lot. And I just never knew this was her character. You feel me? Like just never knew. But people be people sometimes, and you just never know. And it is what it is. But this is something I've owned. Like, I'm not ashamed of this. This is real. You know what I'm saying? I went through a time in my life that I was real dark. But I'm good now. I'm very healthy. And my supporters know that. Big mob shit. You already know what it is, man. Open Scars on YouTube. And I'm dropping that link. I ain't ashamed of nothing. It says a lot about this person's character, man. That's all I'm going to say, man. You reap what you sow.
Fine. It just tells me that whether you get with a woman or a man, the same stuff that y'all trying to avoid with a man, you're going to get it out of a woman. Probably even 10 times worse. Them lesbian relationships are even more vicious than them heterosexual ones. They be trying to take your head off. They want it in blood. They want to destroy you. They want to ruin you. Don't the instances of lesbian relationships have the most domestic violence? Those people are crazy. Just nuts. Insane. I don't know what's happened to Chanel. She's probably over there frying up some chicken. Anyway, man, I've been on here long enough talking my head off. Talking my head off. But let me move on. If anybody ain't got nothing else, let the church say amen. Amen. But I'm going to holler at y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, checking out the video. If you hadn't, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button for me. I really would appreciate that. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel now if you're new to it. And as always, I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.